Hello everyone, it is your favorite Panda Punch, MrFalconPunch 996, the underrated king, the recommendation master, and of course YouTube's #1 Doro Hidoro fanboy, back to bring you guys another new video. And today I'll be bringing back an old segment of mine, but giving it new life, which will be for the character spotlight segment. And the character I'll be spotlighting today is none other than the underrated badass himself, the manliest driver ever, Bean Bandit. Bean Bandit, also known as the Roadbuster, is a tough-as-nails driver for hire who debuted in the 1988 manga The Riding Bean by Kenichi Sonata, which only lasted 4 chapters before the magazine it ran on, the monthly comic Noisy, was cancelled. These 4 chapters, however, can be found in the final volume, the Gunsmith Cats Revised Edition released by Dark Horse Comics. Luckily, Bean would continue driving, this time animated, in the single episode OVA of the same name, which had been voiced by Tanaka Hideyuki, who did another American badass, Terry Man, from the highly popular Kinnikuman series, as well as Falco from Fist of the North Star, and motherfucking Captain Falcon in the F-Zero anime. The OVA featured Bean and his assistant and gun expert Riley Vincent get into quite a mess as what seemed like an ordinary job for Bean takes a literal turn for the worse as it becomes framed for kidnapping the mayor's daughter. Now the Riding Bean OVA is one hell of a ride and I highly recommend everyone to watch it. However, the sad thing about it is that it was originally meant to be a pilot for a Riding Bean anime. However, Sonata had a fallout with the anime studio and the project was soon dropped. As sad as that is, luckily it wasn't the end for Bean Bandit, as he was later brought back as a support character in Sonata's next manga, 1991's Gunsmith Cats and 2004's Gunsmith Cats Burst, which this time follows Bean's assistant from the OVA, Rally, who undergoes a change of race and age and is this time a gun shop owner and bounty hunter along with her partner and underage bomb and sex expert Minnie May. While Gunsmith Cats, despite having certain characters carried over as well as a similar setting, has nothing to do with Riding Bean. It should be also noted that both incarnations of the character of Bean have very different personalities. In Gunsmith Cats, Bean is a more stoic and serious character, while in the Riding Bean he seems to be more hot-blooded with some more personality. But either way, despite his goofy name that sounds like the Taco Bell equivalent to Ronald McDonald, Bean Bandit is one badass motherfucker both on and off-road. As a getaway driver, Bean has no equal, as with his skill, Bean is capable of pulling off outrageous stunts with his car, such as driving while the car is sideways and even managing to toss a guy with the wheels of his car. Aiding Bean's skill is his custom-made car, the Buff, a powerful car which, as the name suggests, is both very strong and durable, as well as extremely fast. With his skill in car, there's practically no job Bean can't pull off, so as long as they follow his strict conditions. While not totally afraid to be violent, Bean always prefers to be neutral in any situation unless he is paid to do so, as well as demands to be paid $30,000 up front. Bean is a pretty honorable man as no matter what, he'll never rat out any of his clients, and also dislikes hurting or seeing others hurt children or defenseless people. And after an incident in one story arc in Gunsmith Cats, he refuses to drive with drugs on board. However, Bean is definitely a man you wouldn't want to double cross or piss off, since once enraged, Bean can be one scary guy and wouldn't hesitate to kill if needed. Just like the name of his car, Bean has some incredible strength. In the OVA, he managed to sleep through getting tasered in the neck, only to be awakened by a frying pan to the face. He was also able to crush a mouthful of walnuts with ease, rip through a car door like it was nothing, as well as fucking tackle a car and toss it. Heading on over to the manga, he was able to punch a guy through a car, survive getting run over multiple times, can take a bite out of a can of Spam and manage to spit back the middle with almost as much force as a bullet in a weakened state. And let's not forget the time he also managed to catch a missile that was shot at him while driving at extreme speeds and being chased by the police, and still being able to throw it back at the people who shot the missile at him. Just as if Bean couldn't get any manlier or badass, on top of his monster strength, Bean is a master with knives and has quite a selection of knives and swords, though he never really uses them. Typically, Bean mainly uses his fists, big ass knives, and some throwing knives every now and then, which he's capable of throwing through car windows with absolute precision. Yeah, you just don't want to fuck with Bean Bandit. His strength is sort of an odd thing, as the world of Gunsmith Cats is somewhat realistic, yet Bean is capable of many inhuman feats. According to Sonata, this is because Bean comes from a family of many different races and inherited all the good qualities, because you know, that's how genetics work. However, despite his strength, Bean is still a human being, or should I say, a human being. I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. but Bean is still capable of getting hurt. Luckily, however, he wears a heavily armored leather jacket and headband that not only help him look like a fusion of Rambo and Terminator, but also helps him take a lot of damage from gunshots and whatnot. Though I'm guessing on top of superhuman strength, Bean must also have superhuman speed, as he's able to move pretty well with his jacket and headband, which are heavy enough to crush a girl's foot. As I've said many times, and I'll keep on saying it, Bean is just one badass motherfucker. But for now, it's time to wrap things up. I hope this video helped introduce many of you to one of the most manliest and badass drivers around, as well as give some already fans some new insight on the character. Bean is definitely one of my favorite characters of all time, along with Riding Bean being one of my favorite OVAs and Gunsmith Cats being one of my favorite mangas. With the recent craze of older series making returns, I'm really hoping that someday we get a full-length Gunsmith Cats anime, or at least get a proper Riding Bean series like we were supposed to back in 1989. But hey, if Ushio and Tora could go from being a somewhat forgotten 90s OVA into a modern full-length series, I don't see why not. And now it's time to end this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and as always, I am MrFalconPunch 996. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and if you haven't done any of that yet, you will be Falcon Punch in the face, so you better do it. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.